Welcome back, Voyagers! Time to take off! In my previous Corvette building video, I showed you the Voyagers trailer-inspired battle Corvette. Sleek, minimalistic and powerful. But today I've got something even sleeker, faster and more agile. So minimalistic it's almost feel like a regular starship. Perfect for seasoned explorers and anyone hunting pirates or sentinels across the galaxy with lightning-fast, maneuverable starships. Meet the Black Nova. Sleek, agile, minimalistic, but a total powerhouse when properly upgraded. The best part? It's made from very few parts, many of which you can grab instantly at the workshop terminal. Super easy and fast to build, even if you are not a master builder. And if you are lucky with supercharged slots, it packs tons of armor, impressive firepower, mind-blowing maneuverability and stats surprisingly close to the best regular starships. Truly unexpected. In this video, I will also share all the tips and tricks I've learned since the launch of this amazing expansion to boost your Corvette stats to the limits. And for the cherry on top, I will reveal the fastest way to farm Corvette modules in the game right now, shared by one of my awesome viewers. So stay tuned, this video is a honeypot you don't want to miss. So let's start with this absolutely mind-blowing trick to farm Corvette modules efficiently. Flying around in a regular starship and landing every time to check for buried salvageable scrap is tedious, mostly because you spend a lot of time landing and taking off repeatedly. But with this trick, discovered by a crew member, the process turns into a breathtaking aerial adventure with a beautiful view from your Corvette, particularly the blueprint I'll share in this video, because it's fast, agile and perfect for this task. Yes, we will be using a Corvette to hunt down Corvette modules. Unlike regular starships, Corvettes have the unique new feature to let you leave your seat during flight while your ship drifts on autopilot. You can open the hatch and use the analysis visor to scout the area for salvageable scrap icons, saving tons of time, because you don't need to land and take off repeatedly. But wait, there is more. The most stunning part of this method is that you don't have to land and dig your way to the salvage containers with the terrain manipulator. No, you simply approach the site and obliterate it with powerful infrared weapons to loot it from the air. In my testing, this worked almost every single time. Why does this work? Infraknife delivers massive splash damage and penetrates the ground, destroying protective casings and salvage containers so you can acquire the modules directly. Photon cannon works sometimes, but it's less efficient, and phase beam doesn't work at all. Feel free to experiment with our weapons like rocket launchers if you want. Occasionally some salvage containers might be bugged under unbreakable terrain, but this is rare, maybe 1 in 10 cases. So overall this method is very reliable. And that's it! You can now fly low over a planet in your Corvette with the hatch open, perform aerial scouting and farm modules while saving tons of time. This method is also a lot of fun. Huge thanks to my crew member for sharing this amazing tip. Of course, for your first Corvette you will need to grind some modules manually in a regular starship, but once you have it, farming becomes fast and efficient, a piece of cake. I also recommend using first-person mode aboard the Corvette, because third person can be a bit clumsy in the narrow spaces. First person works best for speed and efficiency. The ability to scout with the analysis visor from the air, introduced in the Voyagers update, could change how we explore worlds in No Man's Sky. It's a much bigger deal than it seems at first glance. And now let's move on to how you can get your hands on this sleek and agile Corvette to start your own super efficient module farming. And after that I will share some pro-level tips on how to get the most out of your Corvette upgrades. Now the fun part, the blueprint for the Black Nova, inspired by the Corvette at the Voyagers trailer at 022 rear and 1 front. I upgraded the front and hull to make it shorter, more agile and aggressive for a scout-type Corvette. The rear part is identical to the trailer. Before starting construction, create a restore point. The system is still buggy, so a backup is wise. To build the Black Nova, you will need core modules, 2 landing gear, Macfield landing thrusters, Thunderbird class cockpit, hub and walkway, Ambassador landing bay, 2 Titan sublight thrusters, phase beam array, 2 Azimuth class reactors, structural decoration, 2 Arcadia S-foil wings, exterior decoration, 2 streamlined trim caps. keep in mind that you can swap parts based on your preferences. For example, changing the cockpit to Titan or installing a different weapon. This is just my choice of parts for this setup. Here is a pro tip from one of my crew members. After placing the landing gear, color it immediately in your chosen color. This will make all following parts inherit the same color. Huge thanks for sharing this pro builder tip with us. It will definitely save extra time. In this guide, I will stick to the regular coloring method because I recorded this footage before discovering that super useful tip and didn't have extra parts to build another example. But you get the idea. Now let's put it all together. Start with 2 landing gear modules as the foundation. Place the Thunderbird class hub on top. Extend with the Thunderbird class walkway. Add the Thunderbird class cockpit at the front. And finish with the Ambassador landing bay at the rear. Attach the mag-filled landing thrusters underneath. Add Titan sublight thrusters on each side near the landing bay. Rotate the right one to stitch it properly. Place 2 Azimuth class reactors on the back and middle. Add the phase beam array near the cockpit. For the wings, attach Arcadia S-foil wings to both sides of the rear, stitched to the Azimuth class reactors. Finish with streamlined trim caps on both sides of the hull near the cockpit to create an aerodynamic look. Recolor everything using your preferred method. As mentioned earlier, coloring the landing gear first will make the process faster. To recolor, select any part, press G, choose metallic finish and select the white and black pattern. Then press G again on each part to apply it across the ship. Make sure to recolor every module including weapons. If you miss one, don't worry, you can always re-enter edit mode later and adjust it under better lighting. And that's it, your super light Scout class Corvette is assembled. Claim your Black Nova, just make sure you have space in your Starship fleet and rename it as you like. The front differs slightly from the trailer, giving it a more appealing look. Interiors are up to you. Decorate and customize freely, even adding decals to external parts to give it a personal touch. Customization and decoration options in No Man's Sky never disappoint. Oh boy, I didn't think I would enjoy designing and building Corvettes this much. Once you get used to the building process, everything becomes easy, smooth and fast. I'm really excited about this new system and looking forward to the devs expanding the modules library with future updates, which based on previous experience can definitely be expected. Once your Corvette is claimed, it's time to upgrade. Head to a Starship outfitting terminal and upgrade it to S-Class for 85,000 nanites. Expanding all tech and cargo slots will cost more than 10 billion units. On my channel I have all the guides you need to make nanites and units in the fastest and most efficient way, so take your time to check them out if you are short on cash. Next, install tech upgrades. Remember that adjacency bonuses matter, so plan carefully. With upgrades like the Infraknife, Photonics Core, maneuverability boosting figurines and trails, and even aqua jets for water landings, you can fine-tune performance while keeping your ship stylish and battle ready. Here is a pro tip I discovered while upgrading my Black Nova. Specific Corvette parts grant performance bonuses and, when applied to your Starship's tech slots section, also provide adjacency bonuses with similar regular Starship tech like launch thrusters, pulse engines and hours. These bonuses are significant, so arranging them properly can maximize your results and get the most out of adjacency bonuses. In my testing, this allowed me to push the maneuverability of my Corvette to almost 2K with just one supercharged slot allocated for that tech, which is insane and closely matches the optimal level of maneuverability you would want for your Starship before it's severely affected by diminishing returns. Thankfully, after the latest patch, you can now move core tech like the pulse engine around in the tech section to maximize the adjacency bonus of similar tech modules. And here's another pro tip. Supercharged slot positions depend on several factors, such as the space station where you assemble the Corvette, because each station generates a different internal seat for the Corvette. Changing space stations or replacing modules will affect supercharged slot positions, allowing you to find the best alignment if you choose. This is a pro-level mechanic the game never explains, but it's extremely useful to know. If you have already watched my Ultimate Starships guide, you are familiar with these tips. Although that guide doesn't cover Corvettes, obviously since the update came later, the principles apply fully. That guide, over an hour long, is the most detailed and sophisticated Starship guide ever created for YouTube, with tips and tricks for players of all experience levels, no matter your stage in the game. The guide will show new players how to get the best S-Class starships quickly and efficiently, significantly improving the beginner's experience in 2025. It arms you with pro-level tips for starship upgrades, explains which stat is the most important and why, and details why 4 aligned supercharged slots aren't the best for starships. Like and subscribe if this video helped you. I've got plenty more No Man's Sky guides and showcases coming soon. Oda Looper out. See you in the next one. Best Corvette hunters!